Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Monday, March 29, 2021. This is our Monday edition of tutorial class on air, online. Remember? Monday, March 29, 2021. Our tutorial class on air, online. And like what I have always been telling you, this is our YouTube channel, and our YouTube channel as of now is already receiving subscribers. Thank you to the early subscribers. We are really awed by the number of subscribers for our YouTube channel. Daghan kaing salamat. Thank you. Our YouTube channel is RD Araneta Patoy. The only thing you have to do, if you would like to subscribe to my channel, is click the subscribers button. And once you have clicked it, definitely you will already be included into my own list of subscribers. And every time we go on air, online for our tutorial class, you can avail yourself anytime, every time you open and try to browse the internet and go to our YouTube channel. Good news! We have a new feature. We have a new feature for our YouTube channel. By the way, I'd like to thank, first of all, Ashira Properties Development Corporation for sponsoring our YouTube channel. And for my equipment, I know she doesn't like to be mentioned, but I'd like to mention her name. I'd like to say thank you to Minky Cadaver. Minky, thank you for my gadget. It's not that I cannot buy, but out of the goodness of your heart, Minky, you have given me my gadget. Thank you. So, thank you to Ashira Properties Development Corporation, and thank you also to Minky Kaderao. Congratulations, Minky. You are on the list of honors students. Congratulations, Minky. So we have added a new feature to our YouTube channel. And what is our new feature? I know you will be happy with this. Review a word each day. What is meant by this? The new feature, review a word each day. We will be giving you a word each day that we are only supposed to review, because maybe through the passing of years, we must have forgotten the meaning of the word and the pronunciation of the word and the usage of the word. So I know you would not mind. I know you will be happy. And this is a suggestion coming from my own sister, Gloria Ludovica Ines Araneta. She said, and she told me yesterday, why don't you include a review each word a day? Are you happy about this? Are you? Okay. Yesterday, the world of Bohol was really shocked. Our very good friend in the entertainment industry and in the media world, remember, entertainment and media. The members of the entertainment and media world in Bohol were very shocked yesterday upon knowing that one of the members of our group was killed. We do not say it was murder, because murder also is a very technical term. After that, his own dead body was brought to a certain place for more investigation. And this is the word for the dead body. How do we spell the word? This is our featured word for the day. How do we pronounce the word? Usually, most people would say cadaver, cadaver. But that is not the pronunciation. So we are reviewing the word today. The pronunciation is cadaver. Cadaver, meaning the accent of the word is on the second syllable. We do not say cadaver, but we say cadaver. Cadaver. And the sound of the vowel sound of the first syllable, which is is not supposed to be pronounced well. It has only to be glided because it is a schwa sound. So you do not say ka, da, Okay? And this one, the vowel sound here is also not pronounced and stressed well. It has only to be glided. Remember, I'm not talking about the letter E here. I'm not talking about the letter A here. Because when we go into pronunciation, we do not talk about the letters. We talk about the vowel and consonant and diphthong sounds. Don't worry. We will go into that in the days to come. In our ordinary alphabet, how many kinds of letters do we have? We only have two, vowels and consonants. We do not say vowel or vowel, right? We say vowel. So, in our ordinary alphabet, we have only two kinds of letters. One would be the group called vowels, a, e, I, o, u. And the other one is a group of letters called consonants. Consonants. But in pronunciation, we do not talk about letters. We talk about sounds. Sounds. How many vowel sounds do we have in this word? There are three. This one represented by the letter A and represented by the letter E. What is this sound? This is the schwa sound. And this is another schwa sound. There are three kinds of schwa sounds. Among the three kinds of schwa sounds, only one schwa sound is stressed, and that is only the barred I schwa. Eh, eh. But these two kinds of schwas will never be stressed. So you do not say cadaver. No. You glide this, you glide that. You stress this. That is why we say cadaver. Cadaver. The cadaver of our friend in the media industry who was killed yesterday was brought to a place for further investigation. Now, what is meant by a cadaver? A cadaver is a corpse. It is a dead human body. A cadaver is a corpse. It is a dead human body. Doctors would be very familiar with this word. They often use this. So it is not cadaver, it is cadaver. Repeat after me, cadaver. Inday Luneta is repeating after me right now. Okay? Now, this particular cadaver is also used by medical students, doctors, and scientists. Remember that. Ordinary people do not use cadavers. Ordinary people are not seen walking on the streets carrying with them cadavers. Otherwise, we would say they would be having some mental strangeness in their minds. A cadaver may also be used to study the anatomy, identity, and disease of several people. Otherwise, this is also used, the cadaver will also be used, my dear friends, in order to know causes of deaths and provide tissue for the repair of some difficulties or some damages. That is our new feature now. That is our new feature of, how do you call this? Our tutorial on air. Now, what is our lesson for the day? We have here a very interesting lesson for the day because this is also often, may I have our pendle pen here? This is also often misunderstood. And this is also often misused. What is it really? Is it full-pledged or full-fledged? Let's try to see. So this one is supposed to be F. And this one is P. All right. So is it full-fledged or full-pledged? That is the question now. What is the real answer? So is it full-pledged or full-fledged or full-pledged? Your guess is as good as mine. Let's try to have a little review now. Okay. What is meant by pledge? What is meant by pledge? Pledge as part of speech is a verb. It is a verb. And what is its meaning? When you talk about pledge, it means to commit by a solemn promise. So when you say, I pledge allegiance to the Filipino flag. So I pledge, I commit a solemn promise to the Filipino flag. And what is the solemn promise? That I will pay allegiance to the Filipino flag. So I pledge allegiance to the Filipino flag. This time, for law students and for law practitioners, I know Attorney Arabejo is watching right now. Thank you, Attorney Arabejo, for sponsoring and supporting our tutorial class on air, online. For the law and legal department, it pledge means to give a security on a loan. This is what is meant by pledge. Let us go to the next sheet. What is meant by a fledgling? Fledgling. A fledgling is a young bird, meaning a bird who cannot fully fly. So when you are a very young student, a student in the elementary level or in kindergarten, you are still a fledgling as far as study of calculus is concerned, as far as study of literary criticism is concerned, because that is not within your realm yet. But in the days to come of your studies, you will not be a fledgling anymore. So what is meant by fledgling? When you are still a young bird, when you are still a neophyte in the field where you are in. So, what is also a fledgling? A person or organization. I don't know if you can still see this. All right. It is a person or organization that is still immature, that is still inexperienced, that is still underdeveloped. Why did I use that for person when instead you're supposed to use who? That can also be used for persons. So a fledgling, I told you at the start, is a young bird, not yet fully grown. So it's also a person, immature, inexperienced, underdeveloped. That is the definition of a fledgling. Therefore, when you are already a full lawyer, when you have passed the bar, when you are a full-blown doctor, when you have passed already the licensure examination for physicians, what are you? Are you full-fledged or are you full-fledged? This is the correct spelling. It is supposed to be full-fledged. It is not full-fledged. Why? Because when you are called in your profession as full-fledged, meaning you are fully developed, you are fully grown, you're fully mature, and you know the intricacy of the profession you are in. It is not full-fledged, but it is full-fledged. When you are full-fledged, you are already an expert. You are fully blown. You are mature. You are really an authority in your own right. That is our lesson for today. Let's have a review of our past lessons. We would like to say we studied, I guess we are not having a focus right now. All right. We studied in spite of. What is meant by in spite of? We said that is the same as despite of. And when we say in spite of, we are supposed to use it only in two words. This is a technique in teaching. In order for students to remember what they studied in the previous days, you really don't have to let them study every now and then. Allow them to collect all the learnings that you gave them days before. In spite of should be two words. Despite of, two words. I'm sorry, in spite of should be three words. Despite of, two words. Etc. And the rest should not be preceded by another word and. Because et already means and. Feedback should always be used. It should not be feedbacks. Because feedback, no matter how many, will always be only one word. One word with no S. Irregardless and regardless. There is no such standard term as irregardless. You do not say irregardless, but you only say regardless. They have the same meaning. We go to the flip side. By the way, this is the front side of the paper. We do not say the back side of the paper. This is called the flip side of the paper. Kanang gitawag nato sa Binisaya og anang ludyo sa papel. Ug miingon ka na baliha ng ludyo, kanang ludyo ana mo na flip side. Okay? Di po kami kanang ludyo na. Because like what I told you before, when you speak in the dialect, go to the dialect idiosyncrasy. When you speak in English, do it in English. Then lesson number 6 was protocol versus protocols. Ayaw gamita ang word nga protocols. Nakamatikod mo na ako, Bisaya dyan ko diretso. Ayaw sa guli og in English. Di ko miingon mo, do not gamit the protocols. Because gamit is in the dialect. Protocols is in English. The rule in communication is if you want to go straight English, do it in straight English. If you want to do it in the dialect, do it in a straight dialect. Except if there is a necessity for you to mention the word or words in the dialect. And there has to be spontaneity. We will be talking about spontaneity in the days to come. What is meant by spontaneity? When there will be no interventions in your communication. And what is a common intervention? Would be our cliches in communication. We call these as the fillers. When you say, the Filipino is, no, you've got to do it straightly, spontaneously, diretso lang yun, right? That is what we call spontaneity. There is also a lesson, reason why, and reason is because. We said, do not join reason why, and do not join reason is because. And for that, the reason I gave you was redundancy. Equipment. We said equipment is always equipment. There is no S for equipment. And then quiet versus quiet. I am very happy because after I discussed this particular lesson, somebody called me up by phone, and that particular somebody tried to talk to me and said, "Oh my goodness, Miss RD, I am now trying to say quiet. Okay, so this is quiet." And then she tried to imitate me by saying, I, ta. So this is quiet, and this is quiet. And this quiet here means very, very. And this is quiet, meaning silent. Then we made mention of taken care of. This is absolutely wrong. Because I told you what takes the form of the verb, what takes the change of the word, it is the form of the verb. Only this word is changed. Never this one. And the example I gave was, remember, take care means be cautious, keep oneself safe always. And then in a sentence we say, take care if you plan to go or work or swim in the dark. Take care also to make sure of doing something. But in the usage of take care, I told you, you do not change the verb or the word after take, which is care. You only change the verb. You say take care for present, took care for past tense form of the verb. Hence, you do not say taken care of. You only say taken care of. And of course, we said here rather, take care, took care, and taken care. Never taken care of. But that is a very common error in the English language. So it is not acceptable to say taken care of. Never. Taken care of is not acceptable. I'm sorry, I think this is not the, I do not know what happened to our camera, but it seems as though the camera is very far here, or it's here, and there seems, see, it's not having a focus. I'm not really sure. My engineer right now maybe might be very sleepy as of the moment because from my end here. Okay, is it clear? Just tell me if it's not clear. So our new feature for the day, our new feature for the day, and for each day is review a word each day. So we will have a review. And if it is a review, it is meant that we already studied this before. We do not say, we have studied this before, because have studied is in the perfect tense. But I said the word before. Before is a definite past time. And if there is a definite past time, I told you that the other day, if there is a definite past time, there has to be a definite past verb form. So we reviewed this before. Do not say, we have reviewed this before. And our word for the day is cadaver. Cadaver. Remember? We do not say cadaver, but it is cadaver. Cadaver. And we gave you the meaning of cadaver. It means a corpse. It means a dead human body. And I'd like to say that this is being used by medical students and doctors and scientists in order to find out what is wrong with the person when he was, or what was wrong with the person when he was still alive. So we tried to discuss, is it full-fledged or full-pledged? And I told you that when we talk about pledge, it is a verb. It could be a noun too. My pledge of allegiance. In that case, my pledge of allegiance. Pledge is used as a noun. Of allegiance is a prepositional phrase. The prepositional phrase is trying to modify the noun pledge. Of allegiance is a prepositional phrase with of as the preposition and allegiance as the object of the prepositional phrase. So of allegiance is a prepositional phrase trying to define pledge. But pledge in this case is a verb. Okay? It is a verb. So if it is a verb, it means to commit by a solemn promise. I pledge allegiance to our definition of love. Okay? So we also have here, by law, it means to give a security on a loan. So if you have a loan, if you would like to give a security, it is already a pledge. What is meant by fledgling? By the way, when I ask a question, I do not say no. This is the part of, for instance, I'll give an example. So this is an explanation on the word fledgling. No. Because that question is already an insinuation that I'm talking in the dialect. No. So when I say, di ba mo ariman ka? No. So do not carry that on to the English language. When I say carry it on to the English language, do not carry on the practices you have in the dialect to the English language. Because in the English language, we do not say, this is a fledgling. No. We don't say that. Because in the dialect, we say, manhiman ka, di ba? No. That's why when you speak in the English language, do not carry over the practices in the dialect. For instance, in the dialect, we say, tindog, 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 right? In English, we do not say, stand, or up, down. We do not say that because they do not do that in English. We simply say in English, please stand up, kindly go down. Remember? We go back to fledgling. Fledgling is a young bird. When you are a young bird, you don't have yet the capability of soaring high, of flying high. That is the literal meaning of a fledgling. However, in literature, a fledgling could also be a person, an organization that is immature, inexperienced, underdeveloped. So when you are a fledgling, you are not yet fully grown. Hence, when you are already a real lawyer because you have passed the bar exams, when you are a doctor because you have passed the licensure examination for physicians, when you are already a licensed teacher because you have passed the board examination for teachers, you are believed to be fledged already. Full-fledged, you can fly high because you already have the expertise, because you already have the greatness, and all the instrument and capabilities to handle your own profession. Do you say that now? After having taken this particular lesson on tutorial class on air, online, we are already full-fledged? Thank you. We have just given you our Monday, March 29, 2021 edition of Tutorial Class on Air Online. Remember, you could subscribe to my channel, which is RD Araneta Baboy. This is my YouTube channel. YouTube channel. And if you are subscribed there, you can review all the classes we have been giving you. I'd like to say thank you once again. Remember, take note, this is your tutor, RD Araneta Batoy. Once again, I say good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.